Fair warning, this will be my longest video to date. So an individual decides to say that Endgame is lazy writing, and we're here to basically try to answer all the questions he have.
Let's break down why Endgame is the most overrated superhero movie ever made.
Well, you could say either Infinity War or Endgame, but your preference is up to you.
Time travel, the laziest storytelling device in existence. Instead of finding an intelligent way to undo Thanos' snap, the Avengers just hop into a time machine and grab the Infinity Stones from the past. That's not genius writing, it's lazy fan fiction.
Well, in the movie, you see that Thanos decided to use the stones to destroy the stones. So I don't understand how you can find something more intelligent to try to bring back essential pieces of the universe. Unless it's time travel. We even see this in Infinity War. Thanos knew that the only way he could bring back the Soul Stone, the Mind Stone, is through time travel.
They steal the stones, cause multiple paradoxes, and somehow Cap just returns everything off screen with no explanation. How did he put the Soul Stone back? How did he return Mjolnir? How do you even say that? The movie doesn't care, so neither should you.
Well, they explained it in the movie. They were all sitting in an area talking about how everybody has had an encounter with the Infinity Stones. With every person putting in their 2 cents, they started to put together what time and place they could put these stones or get these stones back if they needed to put the stones back. If you see Natasha right there, she's taking notes. So obviously you can't lose those, right? Which is why the first time they knew exactly where to go to retrieve all of the stones and promise each individual that they got the stones from that they would return them back. As we seen in the scene where Bruce Banner was talking to the Ancient One. And since we know they took note of where to put all the stones back where they got them after they were finished using them, they probably treated the hammer the exact same way.
Remember when Thor was an actual warrior god? Marvel sure doesn't. After building him up as one of the strongest Avengers, they turned him into a fat joke for the entire movie.
Yeah.
They could have given us a compelling story about his trauma. Nope. Let's make him a punchline.
They explain exactly why Thor is the way he is, because they did have a story where he was going through a whole lot of trauma. He had 3 movies before this. And in every single movie, he is constantly reminded that he can't save his loved ones. In every appearance that he's in the MCU, somebody dies. Not to mention, directly after his father died in front of him, his evil sister shows up to try to take over Asgard. As everybody knows that knows Norse mythology, Ragnarok is the most terrifying thing that happens, and he had to let that happen to kill his sister of all people. Like, he is the reason that his entire legacy blew up, even if it was for a good cause. And in the moment he thought all of his people were saved after the sacrifice of his home blowing up, his friend dies along with a whole bunch more of his race. Because once again, he wasn't strong enough to save them. With Thor wanting to avenge the people that died at the hands of Thanos, with him not doing this, he instead mortally wounds him, and he is reminded that you are not that guy. You should have aimed for the head. He is the reason why everybody blipped. To break this down, not only was he unable to save his brother 3 times, he also was unable to save his father. He also was unable to save his planet, on top of the sister that he never met coming to try to kill him. He also lost his best friend, and he's the reason why half of life in the universe is gone. He's gonna be depressed.
And Hulk, the same guy who's been struggling with his rage for years, instead of an epic arc, we get this. No rematch with Thanos, no payoff for his internal struggle, just a nerdy green professor who does nothing in the final fight.
Well, I wouldn't say he did nothing, right? I mean, he's the reason why half of the life in the universe is back, right? Even though I do agree he should have gotten his ones back with Thanos, he still was very, very important throughout the entire movie. He was working diligently to try to figure out time travel. Like, without the Hulk, none of this would have been possible. Every single person that was in the Avengers, without them, none of it would have been possible.
Yeah, Cap lifting Mjolnir was cool. But let's be honest, this final battle is just pure CGI chaos with no real strategy.
So they definitely had a strategy.
Where are the stones? Somewhere under all this. All I know is he doesn't have them. So I keep it that way.
So to put it short, their strategy was to keep him away from the Infinity Stones. That was the reason for that whole fight.
How does every single hero show up at the exact right time? Why does Thanos, without the gauntlet, suddenly become an unstoppable god?
For the first one, Doctor Strange knew exactly what was going to happen afterwards. This was the entire plan. This was the one chance that they had to beat Thanos out of 14 million possibilities that he looked at. So obviously he would know exactly where to go after everything that's already happened that he already saw. And for the second one, Thanos was already an unstoppable god. He's always been this way.
Tell me his name again.
Thanos. He's a plague, Tony. He invades planets, he takes what he wants, he wipes out half the population.
Not to mention Thanos is an Eternal and a Deviant. So yeah, he's gonna obviously be strong or unstoppable, as you said.
And this is the most forced moment in MCU history. Marvel just shoved all the female heroes into one shot for a quick "yes, queen" moment, even though they have no reason to be there together. You can literally see them awkwardly running into frame.
I don't know, it's almost like they all have a common enemy. I don't understand any of your points.
It was emotional, granted, but only because it had to be. Doctor Strange straight up tells us this is the only way, which means there was no real choice. Tony didn't outsmart Thanos. He just followed the script.
Yeah, that last one was a nitpick. Of course it was Doctor Strange's plan, because once again, we saw how everything played out. I don't understand why you added that part in there. So yeah, at the end of the day, this video is already 6 minutes now. I broke down every one of your points and I answered all of your questions. There's no reason why someone would say Infinity War or Endgame was written poorly. If you want to put Infinity War over Endgame, that is very warranted. But to say that it's bad writing and the answers are in the movie is disingenuous.